Love my bench. I love this little. I'm grateful for this tree falling, making me this little bench. This shit is so clutch. You know, I find it funny that a lot of people claim they want to be the best at what they work at, right? I want to be the best, whatever, boxer, but dentist. Want to be the best ballerina, whatever the hell it is you want to be. You want to be the best ice cream man, and you should be that, right? You should have that drive, that hunger to say, I want to be the best at whatever it is that I'm doing, right? You should have that in you. But the irony is that people, for one, they don't understand the price tag that comes with greatness. Most people aren't willing to pay that luxury tax. They're just not. Like, it's lip service. Everybody say they want something, but they don't really want that shit. Because their life will show you exactly what it is they want. The people they choose to associate with, the job, the finances, everything they have and don't have will dictate exactly what it is they want. And if what they're saying aligns with what they actually have and don't have to show for it. And it's just, you know, it is what it is, but like, you can't just be about lip service talking about you want to be the best at this, you want to be the best at that. Like, that's cool, that's great. Like I said before, you should want to have that in mind, but keep in mind what comes with that territory, because unless you're truly willing to sacrifice and pay that price tag that it costs, pay the cost to be the boss, as the great Snoop Dogg said. It's all just, you just bumping your gums, man. You just talking hot shit. Like I said, most people really don't have what it takes, nor do they really understand what comes with sacrifice, what comes with being the best at something. See, when your value goes up, so does the bullshit. When your value goes up, so does the bullshit. You don't get to be a king and deal with peasant problems. I'm gonna say that again. You don't get to be a king and then bitch and complain that you want peasantry problems. Okay? If you want to be a king, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a man amongst men, you want to be the best that you could be at fill in the blank, you got to understand that there's someone always hungrier than you. There's always someone with their eyes on the prize. There's always someone willing to just go that extra mile. Do that one extra thing that you're not willing to do to get to the goal, to get to that what they want to achieve, what you claim you want to achieve, right? There's always somebody out there that's hungry. There's always, when you sleeping, they working, they hustling, they grinding. When you taking an off day, a rest day, they ain't resting, they ain't relaxing. And that's not to say, I'm not advocating for people to like just drain their life working, because we work to serve a purpose. You grind, you hustle, you try to be the best because there's a purpose behind it, right? You're usually doing it for your family, for your loved ones, for your future, for your kids, for whatever, right? Like, there's a purpose behind the grind. And I'm not saying, we in a culture that just constantly everything's about hustle and grind, hustle and grind. Like, I'm not really emphasizing that. What I'm saying again is, essentially, be careful what you wish for and understand what you're really asking for. You might not really be understanding what the fuck it is you're asking for. Success got a high price tag, man. And again, those who are willing to pay it understand that it's not a half in, half out. You're not just gonna dip your feet in the water and just that's it. Or like, yeah, I did it. I achieved greatness, but like not really, because it's people willing to lay their lives down for certain beliefs, man. You gotta understand how real that shit is. You can't go through life half-assing shit and thinking you're gonna get the full benefits. That's not how it works. That's never how it works. That's never will. That won't ever be how it works. And it's crazy that I'm even saying this shit, but it feels like it needs to be said because we live in such a participation trophy society that, everybody just feels fucking entitled one way or the other to I don't know what. It's like they think they just entitled, they supposed to just have shit because they exist. Like, what planet, like what world do you live in that you think that? Like, that's not the case. That never will be the case. And a lot of people think they're capable and they deserving of greatness and success, and it's like you gotta put in that work, man. You gotta put in that pain. I've said it before and I'm gonna always say it because it's true. Success, when you achieve something, the greatest achievement is through the grind, it's through the hustle, it's through the pain and the hours that you put in to get to that. It's not the actual thing. Once you get it, there's been so many times, I'm sure you could relate to this, where you actually got the thing that you've always wanted for so very long. You're like, I just want this car, or I just want this house, or I just want that new toy, or I just want this watch, or I just want this thing. And when you get it, you're enamored with it, you love it. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a month later, it's just like, what's next? Probably even quicker depending on what it is, especially because we live in such a instant gratification society, right? We got ADD like a motherfucker from these phones, from social media, like, and we're all guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of it, but that's why it's important to kind of step back and look at the larger picture, look at what you're actually doing, why you're doing it, have some self-reflection, and ask yourself again, what is the goal? What am I really trying to get at? Is this worth my time? Is this thing that I'm doing worth the sacrifices that I'm currently making? Because if it's not, what the fuck are you doing? Right? Why do it? You could waste your time doing a million other things. But all in all, I say all this to say, really ask yourself if what you want is what you want, and what are you willing to pay? What are you willing to sacrifice? What type of grind are you willing to put in for that? Because again, most people, the vast majority of people, they ain't got what it takes. Which should be good news for you. Because that should only pull your drive up. That should make your hunger go, yeah, this is light work. This is easy. Because at the end of the day, it's only you against you. You can only control you. There's only so many factors, right? You can't control so many things. And you should really only be competing with yourself at the end of the day. Because that's the only person who's really going to be in your corner or in your way. You going to either help yourself or you either going to screw yourself. Right? Success comes with a high price tag. Make sure you're willing to pay whatever that is. Make sure. When that value goes up, bullshit comes along with it. Not everybody's built to withstand that grind. Not everybody's made to be a leader. You gotta know your lane and stay in it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't catch yourself being the one asking for something that you want and then bitching and crying about it when you get it. Carry yourself accordingly, man.